There's that nice landscaping pot we can use later on down the road. Looks like it was never there, huh? I thought the dirt would be settled down there, and I compacted it after thin layer after thin layer after thin layer using the hammer, boom, 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 boom. And now I'm kind of getting caught up into this rather than my project, but hey, one thing at a time. It's got to be done, right? I've got to remember I want 6 sprayers in here, and I'm going to look at this because eventually I'm going to recommend to her that she put some topsoil in here, and I want it down about maybe 3 inches all the way around, and I see that it's up high along this edge over there, and kind of up in that area. I'm going to scoot that all out into this low area, kind of get everything about happy medium where it should be before I start working on these bubblers and these sprayers. And talking about that, she needs an area around this to where she can walk. Now this rose bush is here. I'm going to trim off a little bit of that. There's a rose bush there. That's a volunteer coming off of there. I'll probably whack that off. It probably goes underneath there. I'm probably going to have to chop it off. If I could save it, I could save it and transplant it or something. And this tree was coming over here, so I'm picking and choosing what to cut off there. That thing I'm going to pull out. This thing I'm going to pull out, dig it out, cut it out, do all that kind of stuff. Trimmed off all the dead stuff along here. It had some old lemons on here from last year even, and I see a new one on here somewhere. Where was it? It was a green. It looked like it was coming in just fine. There it is. See? And so I'm going to do a little bit more work on that, because eventually you're going to have to do that anyways. Schedule your time appropriately. If you only have a couple days, do whatever you think you should do and then come back out here again. But if you can work on this 3 or 4 weekends in a row or something like that, or you've got some time off, or you're retired, you know, one step at a time. Just get it all done, make it look all nice before you move on to something else. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm doing here. I'm gonna relocate some of this dirt, take out the rest of the weeds, make it all look nice before I tackle these irrigation pipes. This one is coming over the edge. This one I know is coming up over the edge. No other real way to get in here unless I could feed it through one of those. I don't know if I really want to go that far with that. I might look at that and do something, but see where that one's coming up into there? That's a tripping hazard ready to happen. You can't be walking along here doing vegetable garden and stuff and having to remember, oh, walk over that, don't trip over that, don't trip over that, don't trip over this pipe, and all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna have to rethink things and see. I see there's a gap. See right there between those. See that gap? Maybe I can run a dripper, 1/4 inch tube through that. Get rid of this one and find out maybe there's somewhere else I can come up real tight to the wall or something. And I've got 90-degree elbows. I've got little T's in my arsenal over here, and you can get certain things. See here, 1/4 inch barbed elbow. These are little elbows. See, and they also have T's. I don't know where those are. I'm sure I have some in here somewhere. You know, this is the coupling, but a T would just have it come straight off. And what I could do with one of the bubblers, find out where there's a loose gap. See, there's a loose gap there. Maybe I can dig that one under the ground, put an elbow right there, come up tight, put another elbow right there, so I don't have to do a long sweep, so it doesn't kink, or it doesn't kink right there. I can put an elbow there, get it in there, fish it in there, and maybe do that in a couple different areas, and then use a tee and tee off. I don't normally like to tee off and add. What I'm talking about is taking a bubbler tube like this. If you got one end on it, cut it off here, put a tee, and put a second one on there, so you've got two sprayers coming off a 1/4 inch tube. You see what I mean? I don't normally like doing that because I think the water pressure might be better if you have individual ones. But I might do it as a test and see. I could be incorrect with that because there's so much water pressure in there. Does it really matter if you've got a sprayer on the end of two, let's say? Will I get about the same amount of water pressure? I'll do that as a test. And then I could come up with probably 3 different ones and do the same thing I'm talking about, right in over there, come through there, come over here, and do a third one or something. That way I could get rid of that one there. And then 2 on 1, 2 on 1, 2 on 1. Do you see what I mean? Because I think I'm gonna have to put six of these sprayers in here, relocate that and that. So I'm glad I'm talking about this, formalizing a game plan, because I don't want this one here going over to here. That's a tripping hazard. This is a tripping hazard. This bush is a tripping hazard. That's a tripping hazard. That's a tripping hazard. That's a tripping hazard. I'll dig this down under the ground a little bit. The roots might get in my way. Maybe I'll have to chop a couple roots off and get this down so that this is all clear through here as a walking path, to make it nice and easy for her to walk around this entire thing. Right now, you see all the things she's got to juggle, walk over that. You see what I mean? And so I got a little bit of work cut out for me, but hey, like I say, if you're gonna do something, you might as well do it right. Well, that's all I got for this time. Where am I? That's all I got for this time. But I'll be back with more videos. Every time you watch some of my videos, I hope that you're going to learn how to save money around the house.